Aw, sick. That's a pretty nice oyster you caught there, Lancer. Transition sound. Woo! Hello. Welcome. Congrats on the uncommon 3-star oyster. Incredible work. Thought it was a whale at first. We've all been there. Oh, what you got? Hell yeah, nice common perch. All right, everybody, it's time. Commons, you want them rares. I get it. I get it. You gotta keep trying, I guess. I don't know. Whee! We're playing some more of this. We're getting really close to the end. It's getting pretty crazy. All right, so today we've got a handful, like a pretty sizable handful of required trainings to get through to get to the end of Victory Road here. And then we also have 2 rival battles. So we have a rival battle against Dawn, and then immediately afterwards we have a rival battle against our rival, our main rival, Hardburger. I have prepped both fights. Spells for sad goths with shitty parents. That sounds like one of those books. That almost sounds like one of those books you get from like the Scholastic Book Fair. But I prepped out both rival fights. So that'll be cool when we get there. But first we have to get through like 5 required battles here for the rest of Victory Road, so. You also thought I had book energy titles? Yeah, I told you. It reminds me of specifically the ones that are really popular when I was in like middle school, like the survival guide books, or like how to survive middle school and how to survive like how to be like a teenage girl, how do you survive other like middle school boys existing and shit like that. Okay. I need my map so I know where the fuck I'm going. Let's see, where am I here? So I can surf across there. Take care of those two ace trainers. And then I encounter a maze. Are those stairs down? Can't be. No, they are. Wait a minute. The leftmost. They might have changed the layout of this room, I guess. Hold on. Surf can't be used if you have someone with you. Oh, that's why all of these trainers are required. Okay, if I were able to surf here, I would be able to skip almost every single one of these trainers. But because I cannot surf if I have a friend with me, I have to go through a lot of shit. Hey, Lancer. Thank you for raiding. Okay. Cool. So these are the people I gotta fight. I am not doing these as double battles because that sounds like a nightmare. I am just going to fight them as single battles. So we're starting off with Micah. Micah here has a Metagross, a Ludicolo, and a Blaziken. Rage Shadow Legends. Let's see. Wait, who's this dude's name? Micah. All right, Micah. Super fast calc time. Here we go. Whee! Cool. So for this, we've got Metagross. So who are we taking in against the Metagross? I mean, it might just be, it's not. It's kind of not, actually. Like, even Choice Banded, like, that's just not enough damage. So I've got other options. Your defense is a lot higher than your special defense. Yeah, that's that. That'll do it. Or where are you? You. No, you do not. Turns out adaptability Typhlosion's kind of crazy. No, my poor mom. Let's see. Okay, so this totally works. We go with the flamethrower. That kills. Ludicolo comes in. I don't have a great option here against the Ludicolo. Typhlosion would have Eruption. Eruption is almost enough. What if I go Choice Specs instead of Charcoal? Yeah. All right, so Eruption Giga kills the Metagross. It is enough to kill the Ludicolo. And then it's almost enough to kill Blaziken. My God. Typhlosion cannot be stopped. It is going to be high jump kick, though. So... it's your bullshit. Valid. So for the Blaziken... Oh, Blaziken has Brave Bird. That's kind of cool. For the Blaziken, I can just go Gyarados, no? Yeah, pretty much. I just go Gyarados. Hit him with the Waterfall. And we're fine. I'm not going to worry about the Choice Scarf, though, because of Speed Boost is already going to make him outspeed me. So instead of Choice Scarf, I can go Muscle Band so that I can kill with Waterfall. It is calc time. We're doing a quick calc time. Because I don't need like a ton of calc time effort to get through most of these trainers. Just gotta be a little careful to make sure I don't throw the run this close to the end. All right, I think the team I have works just fine except for putting in Typhlosion, so let me go grab Typhlosion. Tyler Flosion, absolutely. By the way, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone's having a good night. Hope shit's vibing for you all. All right, we're gonna move items. I think somebody has the choice specs. It was you. Thank. You're good, tired but good? Well, I'm glad you're doing good. All right, we'll put you up front. I do need to heal Badge and Sloop. She said she was gonna heal them and then she didn't. And a really good pork roast for dinner. That's what you were cooking. I saw your notification about whatchamacallit, that you were like cooking something and you didn't want to be going back and forth from it while you were streaming, but dang, that sounds really good. I just made a super simple, some pork chops, some roasted asparagus and applesauce. Gonna see your ma'am tomorrow, and the day after that is your dad's birthday? That's pretty cool. Have a great time with your dad's birthday. All right, cool. Whoops. Wanted the muscle band. Whee! Give the muscle band to Sloop. Let's see, if Starmie did not have the choice specs, if you had like wise glasses, would that do it? Yeah, pretty much. Not quite though. Expert belt? That doesn't. All right, I'll give the expert belt to Starmie then. So I've got a couple of different options then to deal with the Blaziken. All right, let's get everybody up to the levels they need to be. I would like Eruption. Thank you for offering. Adaptability Eruption is just kind of insane. Thank you. Now that you've said that, everything's over. It's all over. It was just gonna be choice specs Typhlosion, right? Yeah, it was choice specs Typhlosion just specifically so that I could break through the Ludicolo, and I definitely outspeed, so that's not a problem. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We've got some strong options. Let's do this. Make sure you're in the lead. You're level 65. You have what you need. Cool beans. Typhlosion has been unexpectedly amazing. Like, I figured it would be pretty decent, at least decent with adaptability, but this dude's kind of been killing it. So this deals over 2 times Metagross's total HP, so this is never a worry. Eruption is an interesting move. It has a base power of 150, but that base power goes down based on my current HP. So if my current HP is lower, then Eruption's power is lower. Adaptability is a fantastic ability. I 100% agree. It's what made Porygon Z really good in Gen 7, because you would use Z conversion to change your type to like Ghost or Electric, and then with Bolt Beam coverage and Shadow Ball as an option, like you had a lot of great things for Porygon Z. All right, so now we're gonna switch out to Sloop. Sloop gives that sweet, sweet Intim. God, I love it. That's so little damage. And we kill with Waterfall. This should not kill. Cool. Choice Scarf Adaptability Hyper Beam is definitely an option. I'll raise you 1 higher is Choice Band. Well, no, I guess it doesn't have adaptability. But the nice thing about, I was going to mention about Slaking. Cool thing about Slaking is for those recharge turns, they're eaten up by the loafing turns. So you can use Hyper Beam or Giga Impact, I guess, without the recharge turn. All right, cool. So now it's the next Ace Trainer's time. All right, that's Ace Trainer Brandy. Brandy has a Nidoqueen, a Kangaskhan, and a Jinx. All right. Super quick calc time. Whee! For the Nidoqueen. Yeah, Psychic kind of does it. Psychic or Surf, they both do the job. I will have to switch out for the Kangaskhan though with that incoming crunch. But that's definitely something I can play around. Truant should go through shield moves like Protect. I don't know how they still haven't fixed that. Shield moves make Slacking unusable. Oh, you mean like if a Pokemon has wait. Do you mean like if a Pokemon has Truant on its attacking turn, it should be able to go through things like Protect, so they can't just be infinitely protect stalled? I'm thinking that through. I'm gonna say no, and here's the reason I say no. Because you're correct, right? So you're correct that if a Pokemon has Protect or some other similar type of, safety move, Pokemon that have Truant are completely countered, hard countered, right? Do not pass go, do not collect $200. That works for the same way if you use like Dig or Fly or Dive or anything like that. That gives you that temporary immunity or semi-immunity depending on the scenario. And you're right that for Pokemon like Slacking, they officially now can no longer hit the opponent, right? But the thing is it doesn't really matter so much for a couple of different reasons. So in singles, which would be the #1 time you're really worried about that, in singles, nobody really runs Protect. It's not super common from a competitive level. And of course, I know like we're not always going to be talking about competitive. In the base games, most NPCs also don't carry Protect. And when they do, they're just kind of Protect happy and they use it all the time, so you can just play around that anyways. So from like a competitive standpoint, no one really carries Protect in singles except for very specific stall-based sets. So it's not really going to be super prevalent. You say you're very wrong about no one using Protect. Is that different now? Because I don't know, like Gen 7, especially in monotype, I almost never saw it. Yeah, Dig and Fly are different. More and more Pokemon are getting unique Protect moves with added effects. That's true. Yeah, there's like Baneful Bunker and Spiky Shield and King's Shield, I think it's called, whatever Aegislash gets. So, yeah, but those moves aren't being carried because of Slaking. Would be my counter argument on that piece. Like those kinds of Protect moves are being carried because they have the added effects. Like Baneful Bunker, it gives Toxapex an extra turn of recovery and also poisons the opponent. Makes it even worse. You mean like Slacking makes Slacking worse? Because I would agree with that. But I feel like Slacking just being able to ignore Protect no matter what. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's my point. I think that's my point. I think while abilities like Truant and Slow Start, and Defeatist and abilities like that, like those abilities have their downsides, and you could try to figure out a way to like change how the ability functions to eliminate the downside. But instead, I think a better way to go about it is acknowledge the ability and what it does and find a way to either just ignore it for in case like so in like with doubles battles, a very popular, or maybe not super popular, but very effective set in doubles for Gen 8, I think it was running Regigigas alongside Galarian Weezing with neutralizing gas. So the Weezing would make it to where nobody has an active ability and Regigigas is able to be at full power right away. You can do the same thing with Slacking, it's just that Regigigas is stronger. The other piece about it is using things like Skill Swap to move abilities around, so you can give Truant to your opponents, or you can also bring things like Cough-Egregious, which has the Mummy ability. One of my favorite things to do in PU, which is a very low, like worst of the worst Pokemon kind of thing, is their competitive tiering. And so what I liked was using Cough-Egregious to inflict Mummy, and then with Slacking, you use Pursuit. So it's a contact move, which would give the Slacking Mummy, but it's Pursuit. So even if they're like, oh shit, and they try to switch out, I catch them. And then I don't have Truant on my Slacking anymore. So there's interesting ways to play around it. Let's see, Z moves and Mac moves deal 25% of their damage to mons using Protect moves. Why not that? That's an option. I think that's fine. The protect ignoring effect wouldn't work in doubles. You could just justify it with the idea that Slaking wants to its partner to do all the work and therefore doesn't put the effort needed to break protect. Yeah, I mean, also, protect is a lot more prevalent in doubles, I would say. Like, even before all of the special extra protect moves happened, I think protect has always been way more prevalent in doubles because you want to be able to control who your opponent can target. Like, if you want evidence of protect in doubles, just go back to me in Spear Pillar. Alternatively, we can double down and make it so that if your Pokemon uses a protect or adjacent move select, he dies instantly. Perfect. I think that's the ideal strategy here. I think we need to get Game Freak on that. I will actually reach out to my uncle. My uncle works at Nintendo, and he'll be able to make Game Freak do that. However, the cost, you know, one finger of the monkey paw curls down, is that Game Freak will continue to push out low quality Pokemon games. So you get your wish. Anyway, what are we doing about Brandy? I got completely sidetracked here. Okay, so the Starmie takes care of the Nidoqueen, no problem. I outspeed, I kill, we're fine. The Kangaskhan comes in and is gonna be throwing out Crunch. I could almost stay in anyways. Like, I'm dead to a couple of crits, which I guess I can play around. So instead of just risking a crit, let's just look for other options. And I think one solid option is going Gyarados. And Gyarados is a pretty good option here for getting the Intim. So with Intimidate, Kangaskhan's not dealing very much damage. It is a 3-hit KO on Waterfall though, which is kind of wild. But if I do Dragon Dance, it's a 2-hit KO with Waterfall. And then when Jinx comes in after, I outspeed the Jinx and can kill with... Well, Earthquake's not great. What about Crunch? Cool. But also I have to change the Choice Scarf out anyways. Hi, Straylight, how's it going? So we could go... something like Expert Belt is fine. So, yeah, that'll do. All right, so we'll relearn moves. We'll go to Gyarados. I'm gonna reteach Crunch. I'll drop Thunder Wave for it, I think. There's the choice specs coming off. I'm gonna give Starmie the choice specs. Okay, I'm gonna give you an expert belt. And then... that's it, that's all I need. Cool. Yeah, thinking more about it, I think Slaking being able to at least partially ignore moves like Protect, I think that's fine. Urshifu is crazy fucking good, and I'm not gonna dispute that. All right, that defense drop from Crunch actually kind of ruined this strategy. Because I can't one-shot this Kangaskhan. You don't like slaking? Let's see. So Kangaskhan at -1 against Steelix. Steelix can handle this. Oh no! Oh no! Mom jinxed it. Mom jinxed this 100%, and you cannot convince me otherwise. I got the defense drop from Crunch, and then the paralyze from Body Slam. It just sits up and gets a new ability. God, imagine slaking with like something like adaptability or huge power. You said that this attempt was going really well. All right, let's see. So it's got Focus Blast, huh? Well, for Focus Blast, I mean, I can just go Starmie. No? Yeah, because right now the only thing that's gonna kill is Focus Blast, and it is a guaranteed kill. There's nothing I can do to get around that. Because I switched Gyarados off of the or off of the Choice Scarf, Gyarados no longer outspeeds the Jinx. Do I still have Weavile on this team? Yes. Okay. Is there a way? Oh, I also have Air Fryer. Is there a way that I can... Let's see, is there a way that I can get Typhlosion out safely? Not really. Okay. Okay, what am I doing here then? For the Focus Blast, my safest option... Oh, here we go. Okay, I think we're fine. I think we're fine here. So I can go to Togekiss, take absolutely nothing from Focus Blast. And then it's gonna be... Well, I guess it's either gonna be Ice Beam or Lovely Kiss. I really gotta think about what I want to do here. That defense drop on Steelix completely changed my, or on Gyarados completely messed up my line. I rushed this a little bit too much here. Okay, we know it's going for Focus Blast. Can someone safely switch in on the Focus Blast? And and be able to do something. Yeah, if Typhlosion doesn't get high roll crit, I'll be safe to flamethrower for the kill. The problem with Badge is Badge weirdly does almost no damage to this Jinx, because Jinx's special defense is crazy high. Even through choice specs, it's like a 3-hit KO. Ooh, but here's an idea. So if I go to Badge though, Lovely Kiss, is that the, Lovely Kiss is the sleep one, right? I always get the sleep one and the confusion one confused. I get them mixed up. Yeah, Lovely Kiss is sleep. Okay, so we can go to Starmie, and then if I get put to sleep, I can then switch to Weavile, and Weavile can outspeed and kill without worry about the Lovely Kiss on the switch. Sweet Kiss, thank you. Okay, so we go to Badge. God damn, that's a crit and a half. All right, we go Thunderbolt for most damage. Okay. I actually, unfortunately, just have to switch. Let's just go Snot and hope that it's not a killing move. Please. Don't be Lovely Kiss. Thank you. Cool, we win. Yay. That was scary. That was way scarier than it needed to be. All because of that one defense drop. Okay, we're actually healed this time. Thank you. Yeah, good call, Lancer. All right, so the next battles are against a couple of Psychics. Where? Okay, I think I can just go here. Skip all that nonsense up there. Okay. Okay. Cool, and then we have a couple Psychic trainers that honestly, I feel like I should be able to just kill and not worry about. Calc time, wahoo! So this is Kendra. Kendra has a Chimecho, Frostlass, and Wobbuffet. And I think if I go Choice Band, I should be fine to kill everything. So Weavile with Choice Band and Crunch kills the Chimecho, outspeeds and kills the Frostlass. And it's, oh no, it's a roll to kill. It's a roll to kill on that Crunch. And it's not a favorable roll. Damn, that is wild. Okay. Frick. Level up Snot? I could. I can give you, I could feed you a couple levels here. So 67, 60, whoa, Control Z. $68. Oh, with Choice Band. $69, $70. All right. right, level 71 Weavile will allow it to one-shot the Wobbuffet. God, can you imagine if this thing had Focus Sash? What a nightmare. All right, we could do that. That's fine. Level cap is 75. I think getting Weavile to 71 is fine. I kind of wanted to avoid it. I wanted to stay around like the 65, 66 level, but to be entirely honest, there really isn't. There really isn't a huge reason to. I just didn't want to grossly overlevel everything and sweep through that way. But it's a quick, simple solution, and who am I to throw that away? All right, where's the choice band? Who has it? You. All right, you have choice band, crunch. Here we go. This should be very quick and very simple. 3 crunches and we move on. And the next psychic might be the same way. We'll find out. Yeah, with that Wobbuffet, I didn't want to fuck around with it. Also, female Wobbuffet, look at the lipstick. She's beautiful. She is beauty. She is grace. She has a silly, blown up blue face. All right, next. Next is DeAndre with Dusclops, Sableye, and Dusknoir. What's his name? DeAndre. And we might just be able to sweep this one as well. So Crunch kills the Dusclops. Crunch kills the Dusknoir. Crunch is a roll to kill. Not a super favorable one, but also the Sableye can't really do anything, so I don't care. Dude, Kiddo's been getting into Donkey Kong 64 lately, and I love that so much for him. He's not really interested in playing it, because trying new things is something he doesn't like to put a lot of effort into, which is a choice. He's 5, it's fine. But he does enjoy watching it. He especially likes watching the DK rap, so anytime I turn on the game, I have to sit and let the whole DK rap intro play out so he can enjoy it. All right, can I hit the 18% though? Yes, I can. Let's go. Well done, Snot. Good job on that 18%. Okay, now we have these two guys. It's a crazy Kong. Wonderful. A true lyricist stands before us. I could do no better, that's for true. I used to write poems back in high school, but that was mainly because I was sad. Let's see. So we got Willie, the Black Belt Willie, and Veteran Brendan. Willie's got a Heracross, a Machamp, and a Toxicroak. Walk into a bar. That makes sense. Yeah, YDPs were huge on repeating lines. Willy. That's what his name was. Okay, this might... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, no. It'd be wild if I could just choice band Weavile this fight too with Aerial Ace, but no. I might be able, however, to choice band Crobat with Fly and Fly and Fly. Yeah. I outspeed the Heracross. No priority. No priority on the Machamp I outspeed because Machamp is slow. I also outspeed the Toxicroak. It does have Fake Out and Sucker Punch. Neither of those are enough to kill, even both of them together. So let's just get Crobat and finish the job. I don't even have to level them up. So level 66 Monocle is more than enough to do the job here. I vaguely remember that happening. Alright, go get a Monocle. Fun fact. So against this lead of Heracross, a bug and fighting type that is 4 times weak to flying type attacks with Choice Band, Monocle deals a staggering 363% of his maximum HP as damage. So sorry, buddy. That Heracross did not faint. That Heracross was actually just split in 2 and will not ever recover. Congratulations, Monocle, for that level 67. Completely unnecessary. I killed the Toxicroak anyways. Oh no, not Fake Out. I have Inner Focus. The Inner Focus, being able to get through Fake Out, has been instrumental. The amount of fighting types that die to a single fly attack, but have Fake Out, it's a pretty big number, actually, in Renegade Platinum. Crobat keeps winning. All right, so now we have Veteran Brendan. So we've got Fortress, Kabutops, and Donphan. Now this is a Fortress who does not have the upgraded Sturdy, so we're probably fine here. Here's what I'm thinking. So let me see. So if I grab Infernape, Infernape does have Flamethrower. Dude, I know. Like Infernape, not Infernape. I keep thinking about Infernape because he's up on my screen. But Incineroar is a goddamn nightmare. One of the best competitive players in the world talks about how Infernape is probably the best Pokemon in the game. All right, let's see. So Infernape, Flamethrower, one shot, gets rid of the Fortress. Not a problem. I give up, Lancer. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't need to keep trying. Does not deal nearly enough to that Donphan. Yeah. So we kill the Fortress with Flamethrower. Donphan comes out. It's going to be going for Earthquake guaranteed. So for the Earthquake, I should be able to go Gyarados. Choice Band Waterfall does not kill. His physical defense is way higher than his special defense. That makes a lot of sense. Hold on. Hold on. Can I just choice specs adaptability eruption typhlosion myself through this here? Hold on, count time. Whee! So I have level 65 typhlosion with adaptability choice specs. Eruption deals 870% of Fortress's maximum HP. And then Kabutops comes out, and actually I am completely walled there. Yeah, it makes sense. It's a 4 times resist, but still. That's a lot of damage. Okay, that's fine. That's not that big of a deal. So what I'll do is I can still go Infernape here, kill the Fortress with Flamethrower. The Dawn Fan comes out. I can bring in Gyarados. Immune to the Earthquake. Lowers the attack. I just need to pivot again, though, for Head Smash. Is there a way I can avoid that nonsense? True. True, Lancer. Yeah, Breloom takes like nothing from Earthquake, takes almost nothing from Ice Shard. I can actually go Choice Band. Yeah, Choice Band Breloom will destroy the Dawn Fan. So that's cool. And then also with the Choice Band, I should be able to then kill again with the Bullet Seed onto Kabutops. Kabutops does greatly outspeed me here, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. If it does become a problem, I can also bring along Torterra. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh my god, I get it now. It's because of it's because Fortress. I didn't get it until the justification message. So it turns out that extra justification was necessary. All right, cool. No, you definitely do, Lancer. 100%. Ah, Fortress, you son of a gun. Oh, I'm completely foiled. If only I wasn't able to use Flamethrower twice in a row. All right, Dawn Fan's going for EQ here. Earthquake's the only thing that kills. So we go to D-Stake. And we hit that Bullet Seed. I outspeed and kill. We love to see it. Please be 3 hits. Oh god. You're kidding me. All right, that's a pretty valid mistake on my part. I should have checked. I should have double checked. I usually do double check to see if 2 hits of Bullet Seed is enough to kill, because the calculator defaults to 3 hits. because that's the most likely outcome, statistically speaking, is 3 hits. I got hit, well, it's not the most likely statistically, but like on average, you're going to be hitting usually the 3 hit because of how shit works. I don't know, man. But the 2 hit is unfortunate and we lose cheesesteak. Cheesesteak was not a part of any of my plans for the 2 rival fights. So the loss of cheesesteak is very unfortunate, but should not be particularly damning. So what we're gonna do instead then, so I do outspeed here. Where is it? It's Infernape. Infernape, you don't have a held item. I do outspeed, kill with flamethrower here, and then Kabutops comes out. I need to tank a water type attack. Torterra, can you do that, buddy? Yes, you can. All right, cool. Gun can finish the job, and then I swapped to Torterra to finish off the Kabutops with the Seed Bomb. Flamethrower, right? Flamethrower kills, right? Please, I can't afford this. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Geo Convention doesn't exist. Alright, we're gonna switch out here to Halberd. Flamethrower only kills when it hits 3 times, oh no. Alright, we were 100% safe there because Halberd can't get crit. That sucks about Breloom though. But that's okay, we'll be alright. All right, big 07 for cheesesteak. Honestly, was only used a small handful of times, but when Breloom was used, Breloom delivered. So, big respect to cheesesteak. Well done, ma'am. All right, who's the next trainer? Bunch of optionals. The next fight is the rival battle against Dawn. Can't wait for the next guy to have an extremely problematic team that only Breloom can handle. I've got a box full of Pokemon. I should be able to figure out something. I'm gonna be very honest with you, Lancer. You had me really worried in the first half. I had no idea where you were going with that joke, and I was very worried. Okay. All right, so now we're on Route 224. Get the heal. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the Lancer we all know. Okay. We have one final encounter. I keep saying that, and I keep finding out there's more encounters. Route 224. So for Route 224, there's a lot we can get. I'm not sure if there's a lot that we really care about. I guess it's nice to know that if I had missed out on getting the Love Disc before, I can get it now. For surf encounters, I have a guaranteed Gastrodon. For the grass encounters, I can get a Beautifly or a Dustox, which would be unfortunate. Chatot, Roserade, the Gastrodon, Shuckle, Xatu, Gloom. Honestly, none of these are very interesting to me. Yeah, I don't think any of those Pokemon are really gonna be the go-tos. We're gonna go for the grass though, because maybe we get Shuckle and then that's just funny. I just had to run out the repel that I used right before leaving the cave. Ramon, we catch him at Gravestone for the reason you suggested last night because it's the final encounter. I will accept that on the condition that another nickname doesn't come up that's better and more appropriate for that specific Pokemon. We'll see. It might end up still being Gravestone. Let's see. Is there anyone else that we'd want to bring along to capture a Pokemon? Something bulky I can recover. Badge will do. Chorizo would probably be nice. And then Sloop, I'm gonna reteach you Thunder Wave because I can. Ended with Ding Dong, that's true. But imagine if we named it Gravestone and then found out that it wasn't the final encounter. How embarrassing would that be, I guess. Thunder Wave, where's Thunder Wave? Please. There it is. I can reteach Dragon Dance. All right, what do we got? I kind of want it to be Shuckle. It's not, it's Dustox. There's no way that Dustox is gonna be E4 viable. All right, if you have a nickname suggestion for Dustox, go, never mind, it's gone, it's over. Dustox had Whirlwind. Incredible. That's a good one. All right, do you turn at all? Okay, cool. Looked away, I missed it. So Dustox used Whirlwind. If Whirlwind or other moves like Roar are used in the wild, it just ends the Pokemon battle. All right, so we got this veteran here. I want to be careful. If I have to fight the veteran, I want to actually be prepared for that. So Armando here has a Muck, Mightyena, Licky Licky, and Pelipper. All right, quick calc time. Whee! So against the Muck, I think Gallade is actually a good option here. Take you up to 60, or I can just take you up to 70. Wow, Zen Headbutt is not a kill against a Muck with a level 70 Gallade. Insane. What does a horse do in the Pokemon world? He does clops. That's really good. We can just go Steelix, right? Ooh, that Hydro Pump Pelipper. Yeah, that's easy. I just switch over to Starmie, hit him with the Thunderbolt. For the Mightyena, yeah, Togekiss with Moonblast will do it. Give you a Choice Scarf. And then for the Licky Licky, Power Whip, Giga Impact, and Hammer Arm. That Giga Impact is kinda spooky. Well, I guess Steelix can still handle that nonsense. Alternatively, Torterra. Well, Torterra can't get crit, and I can always Synthesis off the Giga Impact. So, all right then. So we're leading with Badge to take out, no. It was Chorizo to take out the Muck. Badge to deal with the Pelipper. And then it was Togekiss to deal with the Mightyena. I forgot to actually check the rest of my team. From the top, because I can't remember anything. For the Muck, it was Chorizo to deal with the Muck, Badge to deal with the Pelipper, Wii U Gamepad to deal with the Mightyena, and then I needed to give you the Choice Scarf. And then lastly is the Licky Licky, which is Halberd. Can deal with that for sure. And then there's no harm in leveling up here a bit. I always have to watch so carefully when I'm doing those level ups. Now watch it not even matter as I just walk past him and skip him. Okay, great. Who's next? Yeah, Hydreigon would be pretty cool. Unfortunately, does not exist. But that's fine. And then we got a bunch of other optional trainers, and it just goes up to Dawn. All right, let's take a look at 224's map. Okay, we just continue horizontally across here, and we can just kind of continue to dodge. All right, great. I love that there's a reason for it, but I also hate that that's the reason. Gen 5 just had so many Pokemon that didn't evolve until the game was over or past that point. Nice, a pearl. How exciting. So this Ruin Maniac does not turn. So how is he dodgeable? Does he just not see this farthest patch of grass? Because, like, I'm looking at the map and I don't see any way around him. Unless I glitch out of bounds. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. True. So true. Okay, so the Ruin Maniac, Larry. Let's prep this out just in case it becomes a problem. Also, because I leveled everyone up, make my life just a little easier, I'm gonna save the game and then update the import on my calculator. Calc time, woo! Okay. Choice Scarf Starmie with Surf does kill the Aerodactyl. Also kills the Armaldo. The Credilli I'll want to switch out for. Killing as a grifter. We could probably go Torterra here. Instead of leftovers, I can give you like a Persimberry to prevent confusion. And then I can kill the Credilli just fine off of that. And then for the Relicanth, I can stay in, outspeed, and kill with Seed Bomb. So that is a piece of cake. I'll give you that. Let's give you a Persimberry, of which I probably have many. I have 3. Excellent. Okay. I think that's just it, just these two, and I'm fine. Yeah, because with the Choice Scarf, I outspeed and kill both with Surf. And then I can deal with everything else with Halberd. Cool. That was what I expected, is that he just can't see the last square. Ooh, an Ultra Ball. Okay. We're done. Right? Yep. I think. Yep. All right, it's time for the Dawn fight. All right, so Dawn's got a pretty spooky team going on here. So Dawn has Alakazam, Mamoswine, Clefable, Lopunny, Vaporeon, and Torterra. All of them level 69 except for Torterra is level 70. It's a pretty stack, cracked, and jacked team, to be entirely honest. Let me set up the team. It's gonna take me a minute, so bear with me while I set this up, because I prepped it all this afternoon. And now for the surprise pick. Podium gets a moment in the spotlight. Fuck, Mr. President. This is a wild move set. All right, let's get rid of Sheer Cold. All right, here we go. Let's put it together. All right, I need an expert belt on Weavile. I need to teach Protect to Weavile. Okay, I don't need Icicle Crash. Okay, Crobat also needs an expert belt. Okay. I need a muscle band. I actually need aerial ace. That's the only reason I kept it. Oh fuck. Okay, next is choice scarf. To you. Drain punch, close combat, cross poison, fly. And then I'm gonna save the game. Yeah! That's one of my favorite memes. I love it so much. All right, doing a quick double check to make sure that everything's fine. check one last thing. Okay. All right, everything's put together. Thank you so much for your patience. If everything goes well, I should not need Sloop or Chorizo. I just hear them have them here for a little bit of extra insurance just in case. But these 4 Mons should definitely be able to do what I need them to do. Okay. I'm just double checking I have the move that I need. Oh, that's why it wasn't a problem. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine then. Okay. There she is. Here we go. All right, so for the Alakazam, I outspeed and kill with Crunch. This has kind of always been my strat against the Alakazam. I've never had to do anything different. Now for the Lopunny, the only thing that, so Lopunny has a guaranteed kill, which means it's not gonna go for Fake Out. The only thing that it kills with is High Jump Kick. I just protect. Here comes the High Jump Kick. Because I'm protected, Lopunny crashes, takes half its HP, I outspeed and kill with Aerial Ace. That's why I needed Aerial Ace. Lopunny is part fighting in this game, because it's basically a slightly weaker Mega Lopunny. Clefable comes out, it is Fairy type. I switch into Monocle, into the Dazzling Gleam or Moonblast, one or the other, doesn't matter. I take almost no damage. I kill with Cross Poison. Okay, Mamoswine comes in. Mamoswine, now here is where I forgot a little bit, but it was in my advantage that I forgot, because I was like, how did I plan this so smoothly before? So Mamoswine has Choice Band. Choice Band would be terrifying because this thing has an insane amount of attack. However, it's only going to be able to use either Icicle Crash or Stone Edge, because those are the only moves that kill. I'm going to switch into Poliwrath here because Poliwrath resists both of those attacks. So it is Stone Edge, which is actually better because that deals a little bit less than Icicle Crash would because of Stab. And then I keep myself healthy with Drain Punch. As it is a 2-hit KO to kill the Mamoswine, or I can just crit and kill him. Never mind. Save me a turn. The outcome is the same either way, it just happens a little bit faster. For the Torterra, I cannot do anything to kill this, so I'm going to switch out to Podium. Right? Yeah, this was the reason for switching, for bringing Podium. So I switch out to Podium. Podium takes the Earthquake because of part grass. Because of Choice Scarf, I needed to have Choice Scarf to outspeed this Torterra. Because while both Podium and Torterra are both high speed investment, Torterra is maximum speed because it's, you know, a difficulty hack. So I'm just barely outsped by this Torterra. But I give it a Choice Scarf, I use Ice Beam, the Torterra dies. And then I had a couple different options on how I wanted to deal with the Vaporeon. I put Giga Drain on Podium, so if Poliwrath was low, I could do a couple quick pivots, come back to Podium, and kill with enough Giga Drains. But I don't have to do that because Top Hat is at full health. So I switch back to Top Hat, and then I just start Drain Punching until I win. And that is the final Dawn fight using only 4 Pokemon. How cool is that? Close combat because I can. Woo! GG Dawn. Thanks for the GG. Yeah, a lot of the Dawn strats kind of stay the same because the team stays the same. If I had lost any of these Pokemon throughout the run, like Snot or Monocle, which at a couple of points were both very risked because of like crits and stuff. Like I almost lost Monocle a couple of times just because I wasn't paying attention. So if that had happened, it would have completely changed how I approached the Dawn fight. But because I managed to keep the really important Pokemon, we were fine. So now what I'm gonna do is, so that I don't have to worry about dodging the optionals again, I am actually just going to fly. Because the only optionals inside of Victory Road are the ones that aren't spinners. So they're very easy to dodge. So I'm gonna play it safe on this one, Chief. But that was a completely riskless Dawn fight. So now that we've completed all of the necessary plot points, now we can tackle Victory. Now we can get to the actual end of Victory Road. Victory on my road till I end, damn. Careful here. Be careful here. So, Pokemon Challenges, or Pichal, is doing a Drayano Gauntlet, where he plays through 4 different Drayano Romhacks. Hardcore Nuzlocke rules, one after the other. If he dies in any one, he has to start all the way over. And he is not allowed to use a calculator at any point. He was doing really well. On his first attempt, he made it through the first 3 games, or first 2 games, this game being the 3rd one in the lineup. And he was doing really well, lined up pretty solidly, and then lost like 5 of his 6 Pokemon that he had set aside for the Dawn fight to this optional right here. This old man. Because it just completely hard countered the team that he had set up for Dawn. He managed to make it all the way to Cynthia on his first attempt, but just didn't have enough to deal with the Cynthia. Yeah, that's old men for you. They're always here to hate on the younger generation. Hi, Mom. I don't have a surf Pokemon or a waterfall. No, I have a waterfall Pokemon, not a surf Pokemon. I'll use hot tub, sure. Oh, I did specify old men? Okay, I couldn't remember if I said old men or old people. Or the older generation. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. I fought you. I rock climb up here. I gotta pass this person. The dude who was here is not anymore. Bada boom, welcome to the Pokemon League. Okay. And now we have the Lucas fight. This is the final, or not Lucas, sorry. Lucas is the male version of Dawn if you choose to play as the female character instead of the male character. Which, interestingly enough, they have different teams. Fun fact. So if you play as the female protagonist, you have different rival teams to go against. But this is the final battle against Hardburger, or Barry in the base game, or Cedric in the game's files for whatever reason. Lucas is also the protagonist of Mother 3, and also the name of my son, correct. He's my little guy. I'm not here to fight my son. Okay, so next up, going up against the rival. So we chose Infernape as our starter, which means we have to go against the Staraptor, Heracross, Snorlax, Breloom, RIP Cheesesteak, Arcanine, and Empoleon. I have also concocted a strat to deal with Hardburg, so bear with me in silence while I focus very hard and set up the team. This is the first time in the entire run that I've used Baja Blast. Maybe second time, actually, because I think I used Choice Specs or Choice Scarf Miss Magius a couple of times in like the around the Crasher Wake period of the run. But that was it. I only used Miss Magius like twice, and now Miss Magius plays a critical role, and I cannot wait to show you. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, listen to the sweet dulcet tones of the game's background music. I do like the sweet dulcet tones reference. I know I've said that a lot. We need Ding Dong for this. Ding Dong plays a critical role in this fight. You guys have no idea how important Garchomp is in this fight. Oh wait, did I stay with that strat? I might not have stuck with that strat, actually. Let me finish putting the team together. Crobat. Let's put them in order. Helps me keep track. Okay. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, great. Okay. Okay. Ding Dong reminds you of an old song? For me, it's Ding Dong, the witch is dead, the wicked witch, witch old witch, the wicked witch. Not that I had like a particular like obsession with with that movie, but Ding Dong from When He Plays. I could never get into his content, any of his content, his animations, his Let's Play stuff. His humor is just a bit too far for me. That's the one. I knew it. Okay, you need a Rostberry. You have an expert belt. You actually don't need the choice specs, but I'm going to give it to you just to save me some time later. You have a choice band, you have leftovers, you have a Rostberry, you have an expert belt, you have choice specs. Okay. You run through the fight real quick. Oh, I need to level my Pokemon, hold on. That would be pretty critical. Hey, Ding Dong's evolving. Good job, Ding Dong. Body's telling you to go to bed. Fair enough. Have a wonderful night. Get some good sleep. Yeah, we're not going to be going as late as we did last night. We're going to finish off this battle, and then I'm going to talk about the Elite Four a little bit, and then I'm going to go to bed. Extreme speed? I forgot you get extreme speed. All right, excuse me while I give 30 rare candies to Baja Blast real quick. Okay, now we save the game. Do not inject your candies into your Baja Blast, you will die. Dude, don't I know it? Don't I know it? Okay. Okay. Let me double check the line. Come in. You don't need expert mode, do you? Yeah, no, I can just give you... That's fine. Okay. I appreciate your patience, guys. We're almost done. Okay. All right, this is the final rival fight of the game, and I'm going to do it with only 5 Pokemon. Yeah, Garchomp doesn't get Earthquake by level up. You are correct, which is pretty wild. For the bike Gyarados is dumb, true. At least Gyarados has Intimidate, so you got that going for him. Okay. Dude, if Ding Dong becomes the iconic party member like Fridge, that'd be great. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Honestly, we've had some really key members in this run do some wonderful things. So the team is ready. So what I laughed a little bit, you might have caught it, I chuckled a little bit when I mentioned that Ding Dong's gonna play a critical role in this fight. So the first line that I came up with for this fight, which didn't end up working in the second half, in the first half, wait, was it this fight? No. Okay, so originally I was gonna have a critical role for Ding Dong in the Dawn fight. Because of something had a focus sash, I think. Dawn with Torterra. Yeah, so Lopunny had a focus sash. So my original plan against the Lopunny was just to switch into Crobat and then kill the Lopunny with Fly and nobody has to worry about it. But then I noticed that Lopunny had focus sash. So my plan was to tell everybody how critical of a role of how Ding Dong's gonna really do it, really carry the fight with all of that power. I was gonna give him a choice band. I was gonna really set him up. And the only thing that Ding Dong was gonna do for the entire fight, the only use that he was gonna have was to switch in on the Lopunny so that it rough skin could break the focus sash. And then I could switch and kill it. And I was never gonna use Ding Dong again. And it would have been good. It would have been so good. But there was a little bit of risk in it. And then the rest of the line didn't work out as well as I wanted, so it wasn't worth pursuing. But it would have been so funny. Oh, it would have been amazing. So now in this one, we get an actual role for Ding Dong where he actually does things and it's not as fun. But we do get to kill the final rival fight with only 5 mons, and I'm excited about that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just make 100% sure we got everything ready. So we have a choice band with the moves that I need. We have leftovers. Because honestly, why would I carry anything else on Chorizo except for maybe choice band in some fights, but most of the time it's just gonna be leftovers. We have a Rostberry on Ding Dong just in case. Just in case. We have a Chesto Berry on Monocle, also just in case. You don't have focus sash on anything. No, you do not. You have a choice specs. The choice specs is not important in any way, shape, or form. It just might remove one of the turns in this fight, but again, 0 impact, and you'll see why. Everybody is leveled up and ready to go. Here we go. Didn't know he was that big into voice acting? Dude, you have no idea. Ding Dong actually played half of the cast in the animated series. Bring Dumpster as party member 6. All right, you got me, I'm in. Wait, so we've brought Dumpster before to exist in the back? Should I bring Giratina? Should I bring I forgot it was fucking Mixtape, that's stupid. Should I bring Mixtape to the final rival fight just to exist in the back? To be an observer, as lore-accurate Giratina would be? Do we do lore-accurate Mixtape, or do we bring Dumpster for the meme? Dumpster? Alright. I did think lore-accurate Mixtape was good, but I'll concede. Only if we play the Mixtape? Yeah, I'll bring out some of the little, like, records, the items in Minecraft that play the music. Nuzlocke Council won't forgive you if you brought the lore-accurate Mixtape. It's true. It's true. All right, cool. Let's go. Hold it. Objection. Validate my run. That's what I have to say about that. All right. So, so Hardburger here starts off with a Staraptor, and I bring in the fighting type. You might think to yourself, why would you do that? That's fucking stupid. And I would agree with you, except it's not. It's actually very smart, and I'll show you why. So because I bring in Top Hat, Staraptor is only going to use the flying type move Brave Bird. Staraptor also has a Choice Scarf to make sure that he goes fast. So I'm gonna pivot. And because Staraptor is going so fast, and it was really important oh my god, it was really important to Hardburger that Staraptor goes so fast. I figured it's okay. I'll bring in Chorizo, my slowest Pokemon. And I'll let him be fast. The double crit though? Excuse me? In what world is that real? Wow. All right, we'll get some Protect, we'll get some Leftovers recovery. Dude, what the fuck? All right, we're going for another Rock Climb, and actually, I don't need to do that. I can just go for Iron Head, because Iron Head can't miss. But if we get a third crit in a row, I might cry. Actually, let me double check here and see, does Steelix take over 60 damage from Brave Bird? No. So if it's a crit, I'm guaranteed to lose Chorizo here. But it would have to be 3 crits in a goddamn row to kill Chorizo here. If he gets 3 crits in a row, you're gonna shit a house? Alright. For the meme, Islans are going to shit out an entire home. Oh, thank God. I was so afraid. Okay. So now we have the Arcanine. So Arcanine comes in. I only have 36 HP, which is about 150 less HP than I expected to have going into this. So with this amount of HP, Crunch actually kills here. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna switch straight into Garchomp. So I'm switching into Ding Dong here. Ding Dong does outspeed the Arcanine. The Rostberry was here just in case the Flare Blitz were to burn me. But I do outspeed and I do kill with Earthquake. No house for you, bitch. Hell yeah. Okay, so now we have Empoleon. Ding Dong, unfortunately, just barely does not kill here. I think it's a roll to kill with Earthquake. It is. It's a 1 in 4 chance that Earthquake kills here. Since I went with Rostberry and not something like Choice Band. But I'd rather have the burn protection as opposed to dealing with not having enough damage because of burn having my attack stat. So what I do now is I just switch out back into Top Hat. Top Hat resists everything that Empoleon can do by a wide margin. I also gave him Choice Band, so I can just close combat and kill. Close combating has an extra benefit of reducing my defensive stats, which makes his next Pokemon, which I believe is Breloom, fairly certain it's Breloom. It is. Makes Breloom more likely to go for the Bullet Seed because it makes it more likely to see the kill. I will now switch into Monocle, who has a Chesto Berry. The Chesto Berry is just in case Breloom goes for Spore. I did not want to fall asleep here. Look at that. I'm a goddamn motherfucking genius. We go with the Chesto Berry to wake back up. And now I can outspeed and kill with Fly. Normally you would give a Breloom a Focus Sash. However, Hardburger is aggressive and gave the Breloom a Life Orb instead. So I kill. Next Pokemon coming in is Snorlax. Now, Snorlax, if we remember, gave us a massive amount of trouble last time. This time, however, I brought a secret weapon. See, I discovered that the only attacking moves that Snorlax has here is Body Slam and Earthquake. Okay, so for Body Slam's a normal type move, and Earthquake is a ground type move, and the thing that's immune to both of those is Baja Blast, the patented PepsiCo brand Mountain Dew flavor. So we're gonna bring in Baja Blast here. Snorlax can do whatever he wants. It does not matter. I'm just gonna keep clicking Moonblast until he dies. Nice crit. God, that was beautiful. I did reduce his special attack, which is important in absolutely no scenarios. He's gonna use Curse again because he sees that his other two moves are he's completely immune. Let me go for another Moonblast. Now, Switch AI could have potentially made him switch out here. But, oh my God, wait, hold on. Hold on, this might actually be really funny. If I don't deal enough damage to kill with Moonblast, we could be in a lot of trouble here. Here's what I actually, well, no, this is fine actually, because I can always switch out. And then I have so much more PP than he has slack offs, so we're fine here. And I have Psychic and I have Power Gem, like we're fine. The more optimal play would have been go with Psychic because Psychic reduces the special defense. But I think we'll be doing enough damage here to kill on this turn. Well, maybe not after leftovers. We'll see. I think it's a roll. Okay, we're fine. The only winning opportunity for Snorlax there was if it managed to PP stall me completely. And now for the Heracross. Heracross with Miss Magius here. Heracross is going to go for Stone Edge because Stone Edge, it sees a potential kill. I do not outspeed here because I went for Choice Specs. But if I had gone with Choice Scarf, it would have caused other problems. So it doesn't matter. I'm just going to switch out Miss Magius for Steelix. Oh, wait, no, I can't because Steelix took so much fucking damage. For the Stone Edge, that's fine. Okay, we're fine. Miss Magius is normally, however, this is a minus speed 3 IV Miss Magius. So normally, yes, absolutely. I have 20 more base speed than this Heracross. However, this is a maximum speed investment Heracross versus my minimum speed possible Mismagius. So by sheer force of dumb luck, we are not able to outspeed here. I am, however, able to switch out. We can just go to Poliwrath, who can take a Stone Edge like nobody's business. And then for the incoming Mega Horn or close combat, I can switch into Crobat, who can outspeed and kill with Fly. It was going to originally be Chorizo for the switch here. However, because Chorizo got double crit, I can't afford to do that anymore. And then I cannot switch directly into Crobat because Stone Edge hurts. If it lands, I guess. Heracross is now terribly toxic and is spouting terrible things on the Pokemon Renegade Platinum subreddit, and that's fine. He's now lashing out wildly to zero effect, and I'm going to use this opportunity to jump very high into the air and then land just as quickly to absolutely destroy this bug fighting type Pokemon. And there you have it. That is the final rival battle with only 5 Pokemon. Yay! At this point, the only thing that's left is the Elite Four. I have completed every other thing in this game that I need to complete. We just have the Elite Four. The Elite Four is when things get really fucky, though. So I've talked about it a lot of times, but I'm just going to recap it for anyone new that might be hanging out here. So the Elite Four in Renegade Platinum operates a little bit differently than the Elite Four in any other game. I don't know if it was just to make it really spicy and interesting for the last challenge, or if it was to kind of emulate that feeling of going into the Elite Four as like a child playing Pokemon and not knowing what was going to happen. Like, I have no idea what teams they're going to bring. So I'm just going to bring my best team and see what happens. Because that was my experience as a kid going into the Elite Four. I had no idea what I was going to be up against, and I just kind of had to put together what I considered would be the best option. But in Renegade Platinum, all 4 members of the Elite Four, as well as the champion, all have 4 different teams that they choose at random that is decided the moment you speak to them. So when you speak to them, it picks a team 1 through 4, and then that's the team you go against. So, yeah. There's a lot of different stuff that I'm gonna have to be able to deal with. Now, there's also gonna be a lot of similarities between the teams. Usually like 2 or 3 of the Pokemon will be the same or similar between different teams. What is going to be different though is the lead, and for some of the Elite Four members, the theme. So for Aaron, I have to consider a Yanmega, a Venomoth, a Masquerain, or a Scyther lead, with a bunch of different options for what the team has going on. Some of the teams have Scizor, some of them don't. One of them has Pinsir, 2 of them have Pinsir actually. So there's a lot to think about when it comes to Aaron. Bertha has 4 different teams. The first 2 teams have a Hippowdon lead. The other 2 teams have a Tyranitar lead. Most of them have a water ground type, but each of them has a different one. Imagine Cynthia's teams are widely varied, but it does have some variation for sure. For Flint, we've got some teams that are more based on the offense, and other teams that are based more around Sun. So I have that to worry about. Like there's 3 different Sun teams, and then one of them is just max offense. For Lucian, the final member of the Elite Four, we've got 3 different teams that are all about setting up, or yeah, 3 teams that are all about setting up, having dual screens. And then there's just the full offense Alakazam lead. Imagine if one of Flint's teams was a Diamond and Pearl team. I don't remember what his Diamond and Pearl team is, but I do know that his second team option is Rapidash, Lopunny, Driftblim, Steelix, Infernape, and Magmortar, and that sounds close. That sounds pretty accurate. That's it, yep. And then lastly for Cynthia. Cynthia here has 4 different teams with 4 different leads, and while a few of the members remain the same, everything else is different. So Garchomp is going to be the same on all 4 of these teams. Yachi Berry Garchomp is always going to be in the back line as the ace. 3 of the teams, excuse me, have Milotic. One of them leads with Milotic. One of them leads with Spiritomb. We've got Spiritombs in most of the teams, Lucario's in 2 of the teams. We have Staraptors, Ampharos, Roserade, Mismagius. So, a lot. He didn't have a Magmortar in Diamond and Pearl. That's fair. But yeah, so I have a lot to figure out here. I need to be able to look over all of these teams and put together a single team of 6 that will probably be able to handle all of these different possibilities. I have no way to plan for a specific outcome. I just have to put together a team that can make it through a decent line on all of the teams. There's going to be risk involved. There's probably going to be some crits I'm going to have to deal with. There's going to be all sorts of shit like that. I cannot swap between fights. The portable PC does not work while in the Elite Four. So I go in with whatever team I've got. What I do have access to do is I do have access to all of my TMs and HMs to be able to learn those types of moves if I need to pivot move sets a little bit. I do have access to that. But yeah, I cannot use the portable PC to change out teams. I go in and I keep what I have, which is super fun and scary. This is what I was dreading the most. I felt if there was anything in this run that was going to be like a brick wall to me, it was going to be trying to figure out this Elite Four. We are going to be ending stream a little early tonight, just because the only thing that's left in this game is the Elite Four. So what I'm going to be doing over the course of the next week-ish is getting my Pokemon leveled up, running a lot of calcs. So many calcs to figure out what is going to be my probably best option of a team to be able to take out this Elite Four. I have a lot of variables to consider. I have a lot of Pokemon to consider because I don't have a lot of deaths this run. And we got to figure something out. I do know a few of the likely Pokemon that will be in the team. This is not guaranteed. But Pokemon like Steelix, so Chorizo is going to be likely, Ding Dong is going to be likely. I feel like Monocle is going to be likely in there. And then Milotic is pretty bulky. I might put Gyarados or Gun in there. I might put Traffic Sign. Metagross is always a nice option. So I have a lot. I have a lot to consider and to pick from. Badge is also a consideration because Starmie is just a really good, well-rounded Pokemon. So it's a lot. It's a lot to figure out. Fingers to split apart to create more fingers in order to type faster on a computer. That's how it's going to feel. But it's going to be rough. It's going to be fun. And maybe we'll come out on top the winner. And if not, either way, after this, we're going to go play Guardians Crusade. So hope you guys look forward to that. I have been having an absolute blast playing through Renegade Platinum after a lengthy break from Nuzlocking, because I like to take a long break between Nuzlocks. I'd like to come back to some other game. I don't know which one. I'll figure it out. There's a lot that I want to consider and play. So we'll see. Gross. Let's go ahead and take a look and see who's live. If you are hanging out on Twitch or YouTube, either way, and you're not following or subscribed, the next stream that I do is going to be the Elite Four, so you're not going to want to miss that one. Make sure that you are doing your due diligence to follow or subscribe so that you don't miss out. Make sure you ring that notification bell and all that nonsense. I look forward to seeing you there. If you are on the YouTube side, this is the end of the line for you, but don't think it's all over. You can always click on the Discord link in the description below and you hang out with the community. The more people are there, the cooler it gets. So do that. And it's already pretty cool there. So there you go. But also on the Twitch side, we get the emotes and other cool stuff. So make sure you pop over here if you are so inclined to use the Twitch. If you are on Twitch with us tonight, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see who's live. And we'll raid you all over that away. Let's see. So it looks like Bastress is no longer live. He was live earlier. Not currently. I, unfortunately, do not actually have anybody live right now to raid over to. All of my people are gone. Well, that's not true, actually. Okay, so one of my streaming buddies, I used to raid this guy pretty often when I did like Emerald Kaizo. So he is actually doing the same Drayano gauntlet that Peachal was doing, looks like. So this is Hardcore Game Developer. Pretty cool guy, super chill, super relaxed, really good at Nuzlocks. Let's raid over there. Bada boom. Bada boom. He's also got a super small community, so he definitely deserves the love and support. It looks like right now in his Drayano Gauntlet, he is in Renegade Platinum. He is in Game 3 as well. So, cool stuff. I don't know how far into the game he is, but he's cool. He deserves love and support. Go give him love and support. Have a wonderful night. You guys are great. And I will see you on Monday for the finale. However it turns out. How much better we are at the game than him? Not at all. This dude's beaten Emerald Kaizo. He's beaten Emerald Kaizo, which was an update to Emerald Kaizo that made it even more difficult. This dude's beaten Run and Bun, which is the other most difficult ROM hack in the world. This guy's a monster. But have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys later.